Okay, let's start configuring ospf here. I'm going to show you some stuff on ospf configuration. This topology is the same topology which I am using, but I have opened it in EVE community so that you can have it here. So what we are going to do here is there are two backbone routers which I'm going to configure, router 1 and router 2. So let's start with router 1's configuration. So I'm going to say show IP interfaces brief. You can see that I have already configured Ethernet with this, and I'm going to say show run interface loopback, and you can see that there is a secondary IP address, of course, configured for loopback interface as well. So what I'm going to do is to go to configuration mode, and I'm going to say router ospf, and then there's going to be a process number. Now the process ID is not very important. It is going to be locally significant, but later I'm going to show you that this is going to be chosen as your domain ID in case you do not configure this. So I'm going to say router ospf 1, and then I can just go with different things. For example, I can say router ID, which is 1111, for example, in this case, and I am just choosing this by intention, and then I'm going to say network. The network command is going to select the interfaces that are going to participate in let's say ospf process. So what I'm going to do for now, of course, is going to be 10 10. I can just go with 0 0 slash 16, which is going to include all the interfaces that have the first and second octet as 10 and 10. So that would be this, or you can just be more specific. For example, go with the exact IP address of the interface, which in my case, of course, is not going to be so important. I'm going to say all the interfaces, including all the interfaces which I'm going to configure later, all of them are going to be under area 0. So I'm going to just configure this one, and then I'm going to commit the configuration. So here it says that you clear IP ospf process command to take effect. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to say do clear IP ospf process, and this is going to be effective. So let's just go with some kind of configuration first. What I'm going to do first of all is to make sure that the configuration is written, and then I'm going to say show IP ospf. For now, this is the first command that I'm going to use. Here it says that process ID ospf1 has an ID of 1111. This is explicitly defined by us. Then it says that the most important part, of course, it says that supports opaque LSAs, which is important for us, and supports graceful restart as well, which is very good. Now, if I just go down, some of the things that are important is going to be, let's go down and see. We have a lot of stuff here going on. So for now, we have created only one LSA because we have only one network configured, and that would be 10.10.12.1 actually. Then we have a configuration of hold timer and wait timer here, and also what is important for us is the area number, which is configured here, and that's backbone. And for now, we have only one interface under this. And it says that for now we have not created any adjacency with any other router, and also authentication is not configured. That's okay. The other thing is do show IP ospf, and after that we have interfaces and we have neighbors. So if I just say interface, and after that I could go with brief or just go with complete interface configuration. I'm going to go with brief, and later I'm going to select the interface, of course. Here it says that I have Ethernet 1 under ospf here, and then if I just go with interface ETH1, this is going to give me some important information. For example, what is the timers configured for this specific interface, which is the default for broadcast network, and also the type of the network is very important. It says the network type is broadcast. So by default, it is going to create a designated router and a backup designated router. For now, this has taken the role for designated router. And you know that although the higher IP address is going to take this role, but there is no preemption. And also, you already know that the order of coming up for the routers is going to decide which one is going to be the designated router as well. So that is not so deterministic. Okay, so what I have done here, I have just configured ospf on router 1. So let's go to router 2 and do the same thing. And this time I'm not going to configure router ID. I'm going to see what router ID is going to be selected for us. So I'm going to say configure terminal router ospf, let's say for example 1, and then I'm going to say network is going to be 10.10.0.0/16. It's going to be under area 0. So I'm going to hit this and I'm going to say commit and also end and WR. Okay, so for now we have just created this. If I just go back to router 1, my configuration said, okay, this is my configuration, exactly the same as what we have on router 2. So let's go with this. Show IP ospf neighbors. Here it says that there is one neighbor created, and it is 1111. The address is 10.10.12.1 on Ethernet 1. We are in full adjacency for now, and 1111 is designated router. So if I just say show IP ospf, here it says that my ospf ID is 2222. I didn't configure this, but this is the IP address that I have configured under loopback interface as secondary IP address, which is going to be taken here for us for the ospf information. And also if I just say show IP ospf database, hit enter, it's going to give me some information. For example, I have LSA type 1 here from me and from the other router. I have LSA type 2 from router 1 because router 1 is the designated router. And also I have this opaque LSA here, area local, which is going to be, let's say, type 8, I believe. And you can see that there are some information about this, link IDs and stuff like that. Okay, very interesting. And what I'm going to do here is to do some more stuff in next video. I'm going to start configuration of router 3, 4, 5, and 6 and check the database later.